Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing the very much requested foundation routine using powder foundations. Ever since I talked about these products in my favorites video, you guys literally have been requesting this video like no other, and I've been having friends texting me saying that they went out and bought these foundations literally just because I talked about it in this video, and I know a lot of you guys did too, so I want to show you guys how I use them. I showed you guys my kind of more routine, like when I'm a little extra, this is what I do. Normally I also tell you like what I do when I'm not being extra, but I showed you like my extra routine, but I also showed you like my everyday routine. You know what I mean? So if you guys all enjoy this video, and let's get started. It's actually insane how many products I have in front of me just for doing my face. This sounds so weird, but I don't like moisturizing my skin before I put makeup on just because my nose has been acting up a lot lately where like it just doesn't take makeup, and it's the weirdest thing ever, but it only happens when I use a moisturizer. It doesn't matter what moisturizer I use. I've tried so many different kinds, it's always with a moisturizer. So I don't moisturize. This has actually been the makeup that I've been wearing to school lately. This is just self-tanner that I have on my face from last night, and then I just take a makeup wipe and wipe my face in the morning, and it takes off like that gross green layer. I use the Saint Tropez self-tanner in dark, by the way, if you guys are wondering. This is all self-tanner. This is not tanning beds. I don't do that anymore. And then I just put a little bit of mascara on. So I literally just got home from school, so that's why I'm filming it now. But it might be a mixture of the self-tanner and the moisturizer. It's just lately my nose just doesn't take makeup, so I don't moisturize my skin, and when I do that, it does take makeup. Anyway, now I'm gonna go with the Nivea Men Replenishing Post-Shave Balm. Everyone and their mother uses this. I think you guys all know how to use this primer because literally everyone uses this. But I just want to say that I really like this primer more with powder foundation because it tends to get a grip of powder a little bit better than it does with my liquid makeup. Now, even though I don't use liquid makeup, creasing has definitely gone down in my smile lines an amazing amount. Like sometimes I don't even get creasing in my smile lines, which I always do whenever I wear liquid makeup. But powder I don't, but I still like to go in with the Makeup Forever Step 1 Smoothing Primer. And lately I've been using this for my nose because I have this theory that it's my pores and that they're opening up and the gates of hell just are releasing everything that's in my body. So that's my theory on that, but I just take a little tiny bit and put it on my nose, and then right around here, because this is where I have pores. When I look back and edit this, I'm gonna say, wow, I was rubbing really hard on my skin. I'm really not. It just looks like it, but I'm being gentle. And then I also like to take a little tiny bit more and just focus it right on my smile lines. Obviously, you want to go in with your liquid makeup first, and for me that is liquid concealer, highlight, and corrector. Because if you were to do your powder foundation first and then liquid over top, it'd get very cakey. So I actually use a combination of 3 products for doing this. On a day that I'm not doing a lot of extra steps, I'll just go in with the concealer. And the concealers that I use, they vary a lot. So right now I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me. If I don't go in with this, I'll normally go in with the NARS Creamy Concealer. So what I do is I do lines under here. And then I also bring this up onto the sides of my nose. I know this looks like super stark white. I love a big highlight underneath my eyes. This is totally not for everyone, I know that, but I really like a nice highlight on my face. I think it's really flattering for me. So after I have my concealer on, I then like to go in with the YSL Touche Clay. I don't know. I bought this because it's a total gimmick, and L'Oreal owns YSL, so just get a L'Oreal one, but this was in Sephora and the packaging was glittery, so I got it. And I put this in my forehead, and then I also drag it down the center of my nose. You can totally use concealer for this. I just bought this product, so I'm trying to use it. And then before I go in and blend it out, I go in with the Stila Correct and Perfect palette. Then I go in here with this peach corrector, and I just go right over top of my concealer to correct and make it a little bit deeper, just because it is so like stark compared to the rest of my face. I take a beauty blender. Fun fact, the black one is my favorite. I think it's the softest. And I take Fix Plus and I spray it that way. And it just has a little staying power in the Fix Plus as opposed to the water, and also just having a dampened beauty blender will take a lot of the weight of your makeup out. So here, I just dab it into my skin. Okay, so here is my highlight when it's all done. Next, I would go on just to my powder foundations. I don't always bake, but I'm going to show you what I do when I do bake. It's very rare when I do bake just because I think it's a little too harsh for me on an everyday basis. So this is the Laura Mercier translucent powder. You totally don't need to buy this. Any translucent powder is going to work. NYX has one that's HD, works really, really well. And I take it on a little baby beauty blender. You could totally use a big one. They work just as good. Sela just sent me 4 little baby ones, so I'll use one. I pick up some powder and I just put this underneath my eyes. I don't bake my entire area just because I don't need it, and the only part that creases is right underneath my eye. And the powder foundation does an amazing job at smoothing out my under eye as it is, that I don't feel the need to put powder all the way under there. And then I also go down and bake the sides of my nose, just because that really just adds like a fun extra element. Then I go on to my powder foundations. These are the NARS All Day Luminous Powder Foundation, and I have 2 shades. I have Light 2 and Medium 2. Medium 2 is Santa Fe and Light 2 is Mont Blanc. Mont Blanc, let's be French. A lot of you guys told me to try the MAC Studio Fix powders, I think it is, the Studio Fix, and I'm going to try those. I haven't gotten around to buying them yet. I was at MAC the other day and then I literally was like, I don't feel like buying them right now, so I didn't, but I am going to try them and I will let you guys know what I think about them, and I'll do like what's better, the NARS or the MAC, so I'll let you guys know. I definitely will, but for right now, these are the powders that I use. So the first shade that I go in with is the light shade, and I take this on a Sigma F35 tapered highlighting brush, and I really just kind of grab it, wiggle it out, and I'll wipe away my bake, and I just kind of set. I do like a mixture of like patting and a little bit of swiping. I don't like rub, you know? And then I also like to take this right up onto my lid, and then that primes for foundation. I mean, for eyeshadow. Even though I highlighted other parts of my face, I don't touch them with the powder. I just go in with my second shade of powder, Medium 2, and I take this on a crown brush. This is just a big brush. The MAC 135 is an exact dupe for it. If you want the 135, you can totally get that. I use that one for my bronzer. Any powder brush I think works with these foundations beautifully. Wipe away, bake a little bit. Then I go in, grab my powder, and I just slap it on, honestly. Like, there's really no rhyme or reason to this. I put this everywhere. I bring it up even to where I highlighted a little bit just because I want it to blend out. I don't want it to look so like stark and weird. And I also put it down the sides of my nose. Like, I know this isn't like precise, but like I do it. Yeah, I use a lot of this, but it's such a lightweight powder, but it's so full coverage that like you can really like cake this on and it's not gonna look cakey. So once I have the coverage that I like, that's pretty much foundation. This is it, not sprayed. This is nothing else. It's just the foundation. I think the finish is beautiful. I really do enjoy it. Now I always move on to bronzing, and powder contouring. So for bronzer, it really just depends on the mood that I'm in. I'm either going to use Hoola by Benefit or NARS Laguna. NARS Laguna is shimmery, as you guys know, and Benefit Hoola is matte. So it really just depends what I'm in the mood for. Today I'm in the mood for a little shimmer, so I'm going to use NARS Laguna. I always use a MAC 135, and then sometimes my powder foundation, like when I'm tan, it doesn't really capture my tan enough. So I rely on this to get my tan going. And it just sort of enhances the tan, gives my skin a glow again. Some days I'll contour, some days I won't. I'll show you what I do today to contour. I always use the Kevyn Aucoin sculpting powder in the shade medium. I think it's the best. And then I use a Tarte brush. I don't know the name. It's just a flat topped little baby kabuki. I take a little bit on the top and I also dip a little onto the side. Not very much. It's a very, very light contour. If I want a crazy contour, I'll go in with the Graftobian Cream Contour Kit or my LA Girl concealer. I got those, by the way. I love them. Highlight is what I do next. I don't really need highlight because I'm very highlighted. I love a good under eye bright. But lately I've been using the Hourglass Ambient Light palette in Incandescent Light. But then I went to Sephora and I picked up the Gleam Glow Kit by Anastasia. Oh my gosh, so I've been using this lately. I also picked up the Anastasia A23 brush just because it was next to the kit and I want to see if it was good for highlighting. It is. Alright, so I'm going to go in first with the shade Starburst. I love this shade when I'm tan. I think it's beautiful. And I just hit the top of my cheekbones with it. Bring it up to my brow bone a little bit. And then some days, if I'm feeling a little extra, I'll take a little tiny bit of crushed pearl. Put that right on the highest point. This is a very prom highlight, like prominent, not prom, but you could use it for prom. Put a little down my nose, upper lip. My blush switches a lot. Lately I've been reaching towards MAC Stereo Rose Mineral Skin Finish because it's dewy. I like that. But today I'm going to go in with NARS Orgasm. I haven't used this in so long. I literally don't even have the full size. I have it in this little palette thing. Throw it on the apples. Last thing that I do for my face is spray it with Fix Plus. And the reason that I do this is because while I have a beautiful finish, it's a powder finish. It does look powdery. So this will take away all the powder and just set it on and it won't budge. I use this as my setting spray, makeup lasting spray, depowdering spray, whatever you want to call this. I love Fix Plus. So if you guys all enjoyed this video, if you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments down below what your favorite powder foundation is ever. I'm definitely willing to try out many, many more. I think they're fun, exciting, cool, awesome. So thank you guys so much and I'll talk to you all in my next video. Bye!